I've been writing daily affirmations for myself lately, and one of the affirmations that keeps coming up is that I don't fit into a cookie cutter box, and that's okay. And that's something that's taken me a really long time to come to terms with. Both of those facts, the first fact being that I don't fit into a cookie cutter box, and the second fact being that that's okay. Um, and I feel like it's manifested itself all throughout my life, but more so lately. My relationship with social media lately has become very like toxic. Like, I feel like I used to use social media as a way to escape and to fantasize and to relax, not think how most people do. But lately, I've just been noticing certain ideas and messages being popularly spread on social media that I just do not agree with. And I feel like they're ideas that are held by a lot of people, and like are blown up and made viral by a lot of people. And it kind of is reminding me, or like mirroring to me, like how I felt throughout my entire childhood, which is thus just that like most of the things I was taught to believe, or most of the fears I was taught to have, just never sunk in with me, or like I never accepted them as truth. So, like, for example, lately I've been opening TikTok a lot. And every time I open TikTok, I don't know if it's just something about my algorithm right now, or like if I did something to my algorithm to make it this way. But like literally every other post, I see someone talking about how the economy is just like so unfair, and it's impossible to make a living wage, or it's very hard to make a living wage, and that, you know, we need to eat the rich, and like the job market is just hopeless, and all of these things. And I'm not saying that there's not experiences or evidence that the economy is bad, or that there are certain elements of the economy that are unfair, or certain elements of the economy that hit some people harder than others. But to me, just seeing so many people unanimously and overwhelmingly agree that the economy is hopeless and that there's no way to create prosperity for yourself, it just blows my mind. And again, like I said before, it just reminds me of like all of the things that like my parents taught me growing up that I just refuse to accept, no matter how much rationale they put behind it, or like how much they tried to get me to believe it. Like, there are just certain things that my soul fundamentally cannot accept, even if there's compelling evidence that said thing might be the case. Like, I cannot accept the fact that the level of prosperity, or the wealth that I experience in life or obtain in life, is outside of my control. One, that it's outside of my control, and two, that it's non-existent. Like, people talk about the economy like it's something that's like an immovable force, or something that controls them. And I'm not saying that there aren't elements of the economy that are unfair, that inflation isn't rising and living costs aren't rising. I'm not saying that it's anyone's fault necessarily because they're poor or struggling or have a negative experience or whatever. I've been broke before. My family has been very broke before. Like, I understand that economic strife is very real, and that there are just many times throughout history where the economy just collapses, and it's no one can do anything about it. I guess until like regulations are put in place or whatever. But the thing that bothers me about it is that people talk about the economy like it's, or like their relationship to money, as if that's the conclusion that they're coming to. Like, it bothers me that the conclusion people come to is that the job market is hopeless and the economy is unfair, rather than that being an experience that they're having, and something that they need to reflect on, something that they need to, like, use creativity and innovation to find a way out of, something that they can use to transform their beliefs or their lifestyle, something that is a temporary challenge rather than a conclusion about life itself or the economy itself. And it just is really sad to me to see that, like, so many people just believe that money is outside of their control. They're always going to be broke. It's always just going to be a struggle. Like, that makes me really sad. And I think that what bothers me about it is that, like, so many people just on social media, so many people just feed off of each other's negativity and their fears, because fear is very easy for us. Like, fear is like the easiest and the most believable thing for us as humans to accept and like embody. And so it just makes me sad that, like, on social media, it just seems like if a group of people, or like the videos that you see going viral, claiming something about the economy, about politics, about like the world, about hope, anything having to do with like the quality of your life, once like people unanimously start to agree to a certain narrative, like getting a job is impossible, like the job market is so bad, I can't get a job, I can't make money. Once people start to agree with that, it just spirals. Like, it's just a negative feedback loop that keeps feeding itself. And I'm sure there are like plenty of people who have spent time on TikTok and social media and like believe that making money is outside of their control, or that the job market is just shitty and everything is just unfair and they just have to be broke. And that makes me like really upsetting. It's getting to the point where like I don't even enjoy being on social media. Like, I don't even want to be on it anymore, because it just reminds me that I can't fit into the cookie cutter belief systems. And that's one of them. But another one is like, you have to go to college to be successful in life, or you're not going to get a career. You're not going to be able to make a good amount of money without a college career, or you need to go at the world's pace. You can't go on your own pace. You can't do what you want with your time. You have to conform to the world. And again, I'm not saying that there's not evidence that those things are true, or that that can't be an experience that a lot of people have. But again, it's the fact that people think that that's the end all be all, or like those are the conclusions, like the end all be all of people's thought processes when they think about those things. And to me, I remember this from like a very, very young age. I couldn't ever accept the fact that my time wasn't something that I was going to do what I wanted with, that I didn't need anything that the world told me I needed to be happy, successful, or prosperous. And I'm saying this as someone I'm not rich. I'm not wealthy. I'm not like the epitome of prosperity. And I'm still trying to manifest those things for myself. But like, I literally do what I want with my time. And I feel like I've been in a lot of situations where I taught myself to be creative with how I made money, or I just have never, even when I have been broke, and even when life has been teaching me the lesson that like the economy is hard, I have never accepted the fact that that is the end all be all of what my life is going to be, that the economy is hard and I'm just going to be broke. Like, I can't fathom that ever being a conclusion that I base my beliefs and like my behaviors around. And so like, yeah, I've just been noticing with social media that it's just like, I don't agree with anything the world says. I don't need anything that the world says I need to be happy or to be successful or to make money. Like, and I feel like kind of guilty and like hypocritical saying that, because I haven't manifested my dream life yet. I haven't achieved everything I wanted to achieve. I'm not the most financially stable person. I actually feel like I'm lacking a lot of like the material things that I would like to manifest. But like on the inside, I feel like I felt this way my entire life, but especially now, is that I know I have everything I need inside of me to create the life that I want to live. No job market, no economy, nothing, and no one can ever take that away from me, that feeling. And I think where I'm at now is that I just need to learn how to manifest how I feel on the inside into my material reality. And that takes a lot of faith, and it takes a lot of hope and a lot of belief. But I do feel that I've gotten to a point on the inside where I'm like, I spend my days spending my time how I want to. I don't have fear around money. prosperity and wealth to me have a lot to do with, again, how I use my time, how I'm connecting with others, and like the ways that I infuse creativity and expression into my days. And like, I just refuse to accept the cold, dry, faithless, hopeless, dreary narratives that the world has to offer, because I know that there's so much more than that.